haven't started yet.
Go for it.
Wow! Somebody just gave us a thumbs down. It was that the YouTube bot.
The
Probably.
YouTube bot.
You ever get like 3,000 thumbs up, and there's like 4 thumbs down. And you're like wondering who the hell is these 4 thumbs down? Like why? I mean, what would you rather do? Like seriously? I mean, you'd rather go listen to how, some guys can scare the crap out of you, so you can feel afraid and eat cat food in your basement and stuff. I mean, was that what? I think that's what it's all about. Anyway, it's Trading Terrordome. It's Tuesday with none other than the man who's Dex the Algocapitalist, not the algo agorist, but the algocapitalist himself. And I am yours truly, the monkey of mayhem, the monetary simian par excellence, and we're back together with my main man, the master of the flux capacitor, monitoring the airwaves, and CJ, the producer extraordinaire. And we're kicking ass and taking names on this day. So with that being said, guys, Dex in particular, what's going on, buddy? I'm a little jumbled, dude. I'm on that sugar high from that peanut butter milkshake.
It's all good, man. I just wanted to start the show off, if I could, with a bang.
Boom.
Let's say this. I told you so.
What are you talking about?
Did I not say that the government was in the process of creating their own blockchain and introducing to the world their own new reserved dollar, revised, risen from the ashes, their own digital currency? Did I not say that?
You never said that. That was Sung Ming Ming said that. Sung Ming Ming.
Well, guess what?
No, what happened, dude? Break it down for us, bro.
If you go to the CME Group's website, you will find out that they are already in the works. It's already in the works. They got the index quote system put together, and they've been talking about a whole new crypto background. They are building the model as we speak and slapping it on the exchange and using the already established Bitcoin data for now. Then once they get everything up and running in smooth full force, they will pull away from that and have their own everything. I guarantee you it's coming, and it'll be here probably the way they're moving, as fast as they're moving. I'd say within the next 18 months, we should have a total futures contract on it, and they may even add that Ethereum thing to it as well. Straight up. It's here, ladies and gentlemen. I told you so.
Should we be afraid? Should I go to the basement with my cat food?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You sure about that?
Oh yeah, man.
All
This is good news for people like ourselves who are in the know. But
I don't know anything.
It won't affect anyone who is not in the know. Put it that way. This is one of those things where, for right now, it's not going to affect you. Just like when the .com bubble first started, it didn't affect those that didn't participate. They just didn't get rich off of it. That's all. But it didn't affect them per se. They eventually had to get with the program. Right now, it's almost impossible to operate in our society without being online in some kind of way or capacity. You still got your old school people who don't have a telephone. They still use checks. All right, you still have those individuals, but their ability to be off the grid, so to speak, is becoming less and less. Therefore, you have no choice. They're making it so that you have no choice. Also, I also warned everybody that we had a massive amount of crash alerts for the markets. I mentioned Bitcoin. I said, be careful. There's large institutional players entering into that space. It is becoming dangerous. They're hooking up algorithms to it so that they can trade it using a synthetic high-speed frequency model. And that's dangerous because they could bring it down. They could crash it utterly to the ground. And I've been warning about that. And I'm here to tell you that it is looking like, if I can quote from the old school Mad TV. He look like a man. Well, this is looking like a short-term top across the board in everything from Bitcoin to the NASDAQ 100. And it looks like we might experience that. It's hard to say it.
Did you just vomit?
I'm trying to hold it back. It looks like it could be seeing a top in gold and silver. Okay, I said it.
What?
I said it.
You said coffee and gold and silver? I should buy coffee?
A top in gold and silver.
Toppings?
Just short term, okay? Short
Wait.
term.
What are you talking? We just hit the top on gold and silver?
It's not looking good. The readings are coming out, man.
Breathe, man. Breathe. Let the confirmation through. Just breathe.
I'm trying. I don't want to talk about this. Don't put me back in that room. Okay. See, 3 bullets, center mass. This was an assassination.
I love how you said that. 3 bullets, center mass.
Hey man, come on, man. The negotiator was the joint. Come on now, man.
Hell yeah.
You know. On this show, we talking.
It's one of those movies I missed. The Mrs. Gorilla always beats me up for that one. That's one of those ones that I missed. But hey.
Yeah, look, man. No one's immune to this. You know, we're Vulcans. We have no emotions in this. Okay, but it's looking like we got a short term top across the board: gold, silver, Bitcoin, and the NASDAQ 100.
All right, so break that down for the audience, man. The short-term top. What do you see? The short-term.
Take the money and run. That's what I'm saying. Just like I just said.
Right, so I'm opening up a can of whiskus as we speak. What do you mean opening? Take the money and run.
If you got profit, you have 2 options. Take the money and run, get out, or tighten up your stops. Like really tight. So that when it pulls back in the middle of the night while you're sleeping, all right, you don't get your face ripped off. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, those algos, man, like
how you want it.
2 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Eastern time is every single time is when those algos hit.
Yep.
Every single time for hitting. So I mean, I have a buddy of mine in Cali, my buddy Al, good friend of mine. He just every like 2 a.m. he sends me screenshots. Oh, the algos are at it, and you see that all of a sudden, boom, out of nowhere, you know, $100 million in paper contracts just dumped on the market. You're like, what? It's unbelievable. It's like clockwork, man. Every night, 2 a.m., like clockwork.
Yes, I'm calling it the way I see it. It stops, please. Remember the rule that we have. It's take what you can, give nothing back. All right. Don't turn winning trades into losing trades. Tighten up them stops. That's all I gotta say. All right. Now, I'm not talking about physical gold and silver. You don't ever, never, ever sell that. I'm talking about the paper tradable markets right now.
ETFs.
Gold futures, silver futures, ETFs. All right. I don't care if gold goes to 0. You don't get rid of your physical. So please don't get it twisted what I'm saying. All right. All right. Now we got that out the way. Let's move on. But I'm letting you guys know that right now, it looks like the algo bots are on the prowl, and I'm just letting you guys know that your Bitcoin is not safe. That's all I gotta say. All right, you guys know I keep it real with you. When we're in the trading room, I keep it real with you. When I'm on the show here with V, I keep it real with you. All right, you heard me tell you guys at the beginning of the week we had a plethora of crash alerts. I was showing big institutional money and high frequency bots active across the board. They were active. All right. For those of you who missed that broadcast, go to my YouTube channel, Algocapitalist. Boom, it's there. I believe it was the pre-market pulse scan or midday or whatever the title is. Just look at the date for this week, whatever videos I got up. It's in there. So that I just wanted to start to show off, just letting you guys know it looks like those situations are starting to play out. All right, it's looking like gold is about to get hit. Even as we speak, it's down $5 now. That's nothing. What I'm looking at right here is looking like they want to do a little bit more than that. Let's hope not. All right, let me give you the little tool real quick. For today, this is just for today. Gold needs to close above 1252.30. If it does not, that's your first sign that tonight the algos are going to take over. All right, that's number one. All right, on the weekly chart, as it stands right now, we need to close above 1251.10. Failure to close above either one of those points I just gave you, the central bank's going to come in and beat this into the dust. If we fall below the Kumo cloud of death, as I showed you the other day in the webinar, it's a wrap. We're in free fall. It's a wrap. All right, and I don't know when they're going to stop or where they're going to stop. As for this U.S. dollar, we broke the 96 handle today. All right, I explained in the last webinar why this is happening. This is not a doom and gloom scenario. This is what we call a controlled demolition. They need to do this, all right, to try to spur economic growth. All right, they're trying to beef up the import-export trade scenario. Our GDP is dying, all right? So they have to do what they have to do. All right, so I explained that in the video. If you missed it, go peep it. All right, as far as the bond market is concerned, there is no rate hike in the near term horizon. Period, point blank, can't happen. Not with bond prices slowly getting back up toward the 155 handle. All right, today we hit 154.12 on the long bond futures. Right now we're at 153.19. All right, down 630 seconds. That is still strong. Anything above the 152 handle for bonds is going to keep it in the strong category. Anything above 155, and we will reach what I call wave one of a parabolic uptrend. All right, so be careful of listening to people calling the death of the dollar, the bond market implosion, blah blah blah. That's no. It's not the death of the dollar. It's the replacement, and not even replacement. Let's just say it's an upgrade to the dollar. You know how one of my favorite episodes of Star Trek: The Next Generation, I think it was, where remember they had the Borg version of Captain Picard, and he was half man, half machine, half Borg. Well, that's basically what's happening with your dollar. They're taking your traditional greenback and changing it, upgrading it to an electronic, better computerized version. Okay, so that's what's happening. So it's not the death of the dollar. And this free fall you're seeing is a controlled demolition. They told you during the White House briefing what they needed to do. The president himself told you, the State of the Union address. He told you that this was coming. This is no surprise. They told us that they were going to do this. Now, in a bigger picture, we do need to have a strong dollar at the end of the day because it is the world reserve currency still. All right. So it still has to maintain a specter of strength. However, they can't do both at the same time. So right now, they're feeding a short-term need to strengthen and put a floor underneath the economy from collapsing. So they have to let this dollar get a little bit weak for import-export or just window dressing purposes. Then once that part of their scheme is done, then they got to beef it back up again. And that's why I'm holding to my 106 call by end of year for the dollar. Now, if it doesn't make it quite that far, then it's going to be stretched out. But 106 is still my target for the dollar, period. I don't see the dollar ever falling below par again once it gets to that point, because they won't be able to allow it to do that, especially not while they roll out the new digital thing that they're going to be doing. So there's going to be a big money change coming, and it's going to be a global one because they have to roll out this takeover. They have to control the money. They have to control everything. They know if they control the money, they control everything. The control of money equals the control of our borders. We don't even need a wall at that point. You won't need a wall. Build a wall for what? You don't need it. Not when they roll out this electronic control money scheme, which is a control grid. It's a built-in control grid, and it's dope as far as they're concerned. It's off the chain. It's over the top, and you don't need guns and bullets or anything when you have this. It's the equivalent of locking everyone in a maximum super max security prison, because you won't be able to go nowhere, do nothing that they don't know where you at. That's what those big terminal things people have been seeing on the light posts and at the four-way intersections and stuff. Those big boxes way up high on those poles. That's what it's for. Okay, so they know what they're doing. All right, and people aren't going to say anything. They're going to let it happen because it's already happening. And meanwhile, the this part is dope. This is so dope. I couldn't have thought of this myself. But guess how they're able to sneak the elephant in the room while everyone's wide awake? Guess how they're able to do it? They are giving you a narrative that you should be more in tune with. And it's ingenious. And you know what it is? It's called the hate Trump bandwagon. It's cool. It's in vogue. You can be a loser, but if you say I hate Trump, you're welcome into the crowd. It's a hate Trump thing. Even though there's no reason to hate him, even though they have no kind of evidence to submit, it's all about let's impeach Trump. Trump is a criminal without proof. Trump is a terrible president without evidence. Trump is in bed with Russia without evidence. As long as that narrative can keep going, then guess what? You're not going to see the mass takeover that is happening right underneath of your eyes, right underneath your nose. They're taking your jobs, then they're going to take your money, then they're going to roll out the electronic control grid part of the new money right in front of you. They're building all of this stuff right in front of you. Right in front of you. And as long as everyone's saying I hate Trump, as long as 85 to 90% of all the news that covers the White House is negative toward Trump, you won't be able to hear anything else that's going on or even see anything else going on. So when you see the people that are contracting with the different electric companies, you see them on the telephone poles, and you see them working. Well, okay, the electric company's out there. It's not the electric company. They're not working on electricity. They're setting up this new electronic surveillance system. They're slick. It makes so much sense. I couldn't have made this up myself.
I'm ready for the 5G network, my friend.
Yeah, the 5G network. I have heard about that. There's a local company around here that's offering 4G internet, fiber to fiber, right to your devices, and it's supposed to be all of that. And they're slowly building that out now. I don't live in the area where they have it, but right up the road from me, they do have it, and it's supposed to be just what is it? It's a gigabyte upstream and downstream.
Yep, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's on a whole nother level, man. Oh, and also, I need to clarify something. It was brought to my attention. Some of the guys in the trading room brought it up. Something about some gold-backed cryptocurrency.
Yeah, something about that as well. I think Ken mentioned it the other few days ago.
Yeah, I want to address that. That is not part of the scenario that you and I were talking about, V, about gold exploding after the Islamic community starts coming in and stuff like that. No, that's something totally different. And even if that were going to be the case, it would not affect gold. All right, that's something totally different. Understand that that is part of the money system that they're putting together. Now, see again, did I not say the new money is going to be a global crypto money? Did I not say that? Well,
Yes. Yes.
everyone's building their infrastructure and putting it together. That's all it is. That's all it is. Crypto is still fiat. All right, it's still fiat. It's just a different form. It's getting an upgrade. That's all it is. But it's still controlled by the powers that be. It ain't free. It ain't like the freest form of money is still gold and silver because it's physical, it's tangible, it's in your hand, and the government can't control it.
But but
But anything that's fiat, they do control. Now, as far as people think that China is going to be calling the shots. That's not true. What China is trying to do is what the Islamic community is trying to do, and that's have their portion of their crypto backed by gold as well, because they've been buying up a lot of gold. All right. So they're not stupid. They want to be in there too. Understand that China, Russia, and the Middle East have always been kissing cousins. Don't let anyone pull the wolves over your eyes and say anything different. At the end of the day, those three entities are at war with the US of A. Don't ever get that twisted. Just because they have working agreements to do business together, it does not mean they love each other. All right. At the end of the day, Russia, China, and the Middle East cannot stand the US of A. They like Britain better than they like the US of A. As a matter of fact, there are more British nationals in the Middle East than anyone from the US of A. Just saying. Just putting that out there in case you guys didn't know. All right. So, with that being said, moving on to the next thing. As we're sitting here speaking, gold is getting weaker. The robots are attacking and trying to bring it below the momentum lines that I gave you. So please take heed to what I've been saying to you guys. Um, I like to give warnings to the trading room and to everyone that listens to the Rogue Money Show. Because why? Because we like you. MOUSE. Um, but if there's something else we need to talk about too, real quick. The GDXJ is getting flat today. Did I not say that it was not ready to turn yet? You can't make this stuff up. When I put things out here, it's for the benefit of the people. All right. I'm just saying. You guys know I keep it real with you. When things change, I'll tell you. Right now, it's not. Hack is still above $30 a share. If you're a long hack, your pockets will be well for a while. However, the US of A will not be. Hack is indicating a leading indicator of cyber terrorism, cyber attacks, blah, blah, blah. The fact that it has not fallen below $30 a share is letting you know that that was just a test run beginning last week and that more is to come. More lethal, more methodical, more nefarious situations are coming. Wait till they start attacking key infrastructure situations within the US of A. See, they made it seem like, oh, it's overseas. Don't worry too much about it. Hasn't really hit home yet. All right, the ransomware is nothing. That's just a test run to see how widespread they could get things to go. That's nothing. You haven't seen the real cyber virus yet. When it comes, it's going to be absolutely incredible. It's going to have the effect of a nuclear bomb. Because I'm telling you, it's going to be not only more powerful than a nuclear bomb, but it's going to be the equivalent of an EMP attack. You don't need to do EMP. You don't need to drop a bomb. You just need to have the algorithm, the power of the algorithm. This is the age of the algorithm where zeros and ones can tear you up worse than a bullet to the head. What will hurt the most people? Dropping a bomb, a nuke? No. If you explode a nuke in any city, your damage is limited. All right. But what can reach out and touch the world? See, they want everyone thinking, "Oh, North Korea, we should be so afraid. They've been exploding
I'm
bombs.
terrified of him.
He is such a monster.
He
What's gonna
makes
happen when they can deliver, a nuke at a longer range?" It's not about nukes anymore, people. The nukes exist just as scare tactics. They will never, ever, ever, never explode a nuke. Everyone knows that you cannot win in a nuclear game. Everyone loses. You bomb me, the algorithms that we've designed will automatically push the button, even if we're all dead, to bomb you back. All right, you can't win. However, how can you drop a nuke and win? It's the new nuke. It's called a cyber nuke. Cyber nukes are worse than real nukes. A nuke will fall, people burn up and die, buildings are damaged and destroyed. There is a afterlife effect. But then after that time has passed, it's safe to go outside, right? Okay, right? We know this. But with a cyber nuke, the damage is permanent. Let me repeat that. With the cyber nuke, with an algorithm nuke, the damage is permanent. All right. So what is coming is the cyber nuke, and you heard me tell you first, and it's going to have the equivalent of shutting down the internet. You can't shut down the internet. It's impossible. But what you can shut down is people's access to the internet. See what I'm saying? When you get that DNS server era, then that's going to make people just, poop bricks. All right. And you're going to get massive disruption when that happens. And they have other things that are just as bad as that. All right. That's the first thing to draw panic. And then the next thing that they're going to start doing is shutting down access to certain things. Like you can bring down a bank without bringing down a bank. All you have to do is make it so that the electronic part, you can't access the website and stuff, and then boom, you're done. All right. That's all they got to do. It's just a few keystrokes and that's done. Okay. So, with that being said, the market's going nowhere. All right. You can't hack the market because V and I have already covered that. We've already schooled you on why they can't hack the market. The market is not designed like that. The only thing they can do to the market is try to do massive selling, but then they don't understand that the Fed has the biggest trading account on the planet, and that's the equivalent of they control the algorithms, they control the market, they can bring it up and down anytime they want without someone trying to sell. They could do it themselves if they wanted to and bring it right back up an hour later. So that means nothing anymore. All right, this is not the paper markets of the 1980s. All right, this is digital markets. Totally different rules, totally different playground. All right, and the bully in the playground is no longer the big players with a lot of money. The bully in the playground now is the Fed itself and the central banks. So what I'm explaining with the whole cyber threat thing does not affect anyone else. as far as the markets are concerned. That's a separate issue. However, with that being said, I am sad to have to report to you the only market that is not immune to this is your beloved Bitcoin, Ethernet, Litecoin, ABC, EFG coin. All right, they are extremely vulnerable to this.
What, hacking?
Yes,
You can't hack Bitcoin.
they've already hacked it. They don't have to hack Bitcoin. You can hack people's access to Bitcoin, people's accounts to Bitcoin. You don't have to hack the Bitcoin to hack the Bitcoin. I just explained that. Like, I don't have to punch you in the face in order to punch you in the face.
I
You
don't
feel
get
me?
it.
Okay, let me break it down for you guys. Remember when a few weeks ago all those exchanges were brought down, those Bitcoin exchanges? Remember that?
No,
You don't remember that?
I'm just kidding. Yeah, of course.
You see, man,
I'm just messing with you, man.
oh my goodness. Well, I get into this mode and then
I
it's
know.
hard to.
That's why I got to throw you off the mode.
I know, right? Now, but for
Oh
real though,
man.
guys, I just want to let you guys know that this is a real threat that we are living under right now. It's not the nuke. It's not World War III. Don't let nobody scare you to death and think you got to, to borrow UV, that you have to whip out the cat food and hide in a bunker.
Yeah.
Okay. This is all algorithm, electronically based, and it's to prepare you for something. All right. They're trying to prepare and equip you for something. And as long as you're not paying attention, you will miss the boat on all this stuff. So I don't want anyone to panic, even when you start to see the correction in these markets, when these crash alerts start to play out. All right. Don't fall in love with the downside, to borrow a phrase from my man Oscar, because it's going to be limited. It's just people taking profit. All right. Like I always tell you guys to do, the big institutionals are going to start doing it first. You don't want them to be the first because it could be fast and furious and you won't have a chance to get out at an opportune time. That's why I'm telling you guys to tighten up your stops now, because when it gets on and popping, it's going to be on and popping. And it's not, you ain't going to see no dead cat bounce until it's over. All right. And it's over when it's over. We don't know how severe it can be. Just look at how fast the market has run up. And Bitcoin, we're talking about a possible correction as low as somewhere in the neighborhood of $800 to $900. You need me to repeat that?
Say again.
We're talking about a possible correction of anywhere from $800 to $900. All right. So that is the potential once this correction starts to unfold. I will do my best to keep everybody abreast of that in the trading room as that seems to happen. No, I'm not happy about the enslavement of the world, as someone has just typed in the chat. I do not seem happy about that. I'm not happy with the enslavement of the world. I am only happy from the economic aspect that I can make profit in the markets. That's what I am smiling about. Of course, I take no delight in the enslavement of the world. I'm part of this world. I'm a human being too. Whatever is happening to everyone else is happening to me too. All right. So I'm just saying. Um, but on the flip side of all of that, for those of you in the trading room, remember the 2 bar Charlie 60-minute rule. That's going to be your key for intraday, how to, peep what's going on the intraday basis and move your stops accordingly. For the traditionalist, just follow the daily post wave price triggers and tighten up your stops at the recommended points, because those stops are going to be key intraday support and resistance anyway. So I can't stress that enough. For those of you who don't know what I am talking about, get a clue. Come to postwavetrading.com and sign up, and then you too will know what I'm talking about. You don't want to miss the boat when these markets turn. And then not only that, but then you got a 2-point solution. Point one is when the market turns, you want to be out with your profit, with the opportunity to get short. Phase two is when the selling is over and the markets reverse. You don't want to miss the boat and getting the opportunity to buy back in at a significantly lower price to catch the next run up. Because at the end of the day, the next run up should be double what we're seeing now. What does that mean? Bitcoin hit 2,300. All right. If my calculations are in alignment, we should start seeing the beginning manifestations of this greater correction by Friday, this Friday. And as that plays out, once the support has been met after the correction, the next leg for Bitcoin should be around 4,600. Once Bitcoin reaches 4,600, we should build a resistance around that level before the next consolidation and or pullback. If you want to know the correct timing of that, you need to come on over to postwavetrading.com so you can ride that wave. So there you go. I rolled it out for you on what to do with your Bitcoins as far as gold and silver and the precious metals. All right. Let's pull up our GDXJ and see where we are within the process that I gave you guys a few weeks ago. All right, so far on the daily chart of the GDXJ, which is your junior gold miners, I showed you when the market first got into free fall, we dropped below the Kumo cloud, etc., etc. On your weekly chart and your daily chart, we've already done that, and we're starting. We finished the first leg down, got into the dead cat bout correction, and now we're in the process of putting in the second leg down. The second leg down in this should take the GDXJ below, I want to say, $29 a share. All right. Everybody got that? GDXJ right now has the potential to fall below $29 a share, because that on the daily chart is around where your next support is. Okay, that's about $29. On the weekly chart, that puts you technically around the same spot. Yep, that's when the daily and the weekly come into alignment. $29 a share is going to be a key support. If that breaks then and doesn't hold, there's just no telling how low the GDXJ will go before it finds its bottom. All right, just wanted to put that bug in your ear. So gold really won't be able to do what it wants to do until these situations are resolved. Flipping it back to the gold right now, if you look at the weekly chart of gold, tell you where your levels are on that you need to watch. If we do not hold on the weekly chart support at 1251.10 and then we close below that, then that opens the door to trendline support at 1238.50. All right, if 1238.50 is taken out, key support is the bottom of the Kumo cloud, and that's going to be around the 1214.30 level. If that does not hold, we get into free fall, and then we're going to 1150. So that's the short-term outlook on the gold. Now, on the flip side of that, I gave you a time frame from when to get out of the Kumo cloud. I said 4 to 6 weeks. Right now, we're currently in week 4. Okay, so we got 2 more weeks before this market makes up its mind and has the ability to get out of the Kumo cloud. Failure to get out of the Kumo cloud by the end of week 6 opens the door to that lower scenario and testing the low support that I told you guys about, and then that puts us in jeopardy of falling to 1150. All right, now So that's your goal right there. That's your goal futures, i.e., physical gold. As far as Ethereum, I have to tell you, unfortunately, I have no guidance for you. I have no wisdom for you, only because I'm still in the process of trying to find a good uh, exchange vendor source for data, and I just don't have it, so it's not in the system. So there's no way I can give you any information on that. I so sorry. Anybody that got a good data provider for me can give me the data I need in the open, high, low, and closed format with historical data. Let me know, and then I can hook you up. You missed the analysis on the Bitcoin, my man. Um, so when this is over, go back and you can play it back and hear me because I did that in the beginning of the broadcast. We talked about Bitcoin. All right. Anybody else have any other questions in the live chat part? Because I'm on a roll. Also, let's see. Someone says, if the arrow comes up on your computer for banking, would you advise to pull cash out of bank? Okay, that's a actually really good question. I dealt with this question years ago because this came up on the late great Charlie McGrath show, and we dealt with it in several installments. Um, in my opinion, okay, this is just my opinion. I'd rather have my money in a brokerage account than in a bank account. Both of them are under the banking laws, but if you're with a good brokerage firm that is not rehypothecating your money,
Hypothecating, my man.
hypothecate,
Hypothecating.
I can't talk, I'm ghetto. Your money. If your firm is not doing that, then you're in a good place.
They're
Because
all doing it. That's the problem.
don't say that. Don't talk that way about TD Ameritrade, Think or Swim.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah, TD Ameritrade. They're as pure as the wind-driven snow.
That's right. And so is Interactive Brokers. They're my favorite. I'll stop it. Won't have you talk about them like that. No, full disclosure, I love those two firms. I'm not being paid to say that. It's just that the bulk of my trading is done with those two platforms. I've been with them for a long time. I want to say, what, a decade? More than a decade? Yeah, it's been a long time. So anyway, I'd rather have my money in a brokerage like those two, only because for the most part, um, even during the John Corzine debacle and stuff like that, those two firms were not caught in those debacles. Okay, so I like the TD Ameritrade, i.e., Thinkorswim, and I like Interactive Brokers. I think they have a great history. They treat their people right. I love them because, from a money management standpoint, since I manage money, I can have all my accounts, in one. They make it easy to do that. Even my own money is there. You know what I'm saying? So I like it, and I eat my own cooking. So I'm not gonna tell someone to go somewhere that I'm not. As far as micro forex, I like O&A. So even if stuff hit the fan, I like O&A. Been with them for a decade as well. Um, Someone's asked me about silver. Did I think I covered silver. If not, let me just say this. I know I covered it excessively in the last webinar the other day on my channel, but for the sake of those here, silver has been a lot weaker than gold. You need to know that. All right, it's been a lot weaker than gold. As of today, it is not pulling back as hard as gold, but is pulling back. We are on week 3 of an up bar. Silver needs to close on the week above $17 an ounce. Okay. If it does not, it opens up the door for a massive correction all the way back down to the low $16 handle. Okay. So keep that in mind. Also, overhead resistance is at $17.36. So that's where we are in the silver. And that resistance equates to the bottom of the Kumo cloud. So even if it closes above that, it only gets it back in the cloud of death, where it will probably move sideways for anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks as well. But right now it's weak because it's trading below the Kumo cloud, as gold is not. All right, let's see. What are questions? What would be a good platform to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum? I heard Kraken is supposed to be good. Full disclosure, okay, I am not an expert on that. I have no idea. I will roll that over the V. I have no idea.
What was the
People in my
question?
trading room knows what's a good platform to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum. They heard Kraken supposed to be
Blockchain
good.
blockchain for Bitcoin. I love it. I mean, man, keep it simple. Honestly, just go to Coinbase. You know, just go to Coinbase. You could buy Bitcoin. You could buy I think it's Litecoin, and you could buy Ether right from Coinbase. Just go to Coinbase. They simplify it. You could you could buy it using a credit card or your bank account. Either or.
Thank you, V.
You're welcome.
Next one says, any thoughts on Reggie Middleton's new token Veritism? First of all, I'm not versed on that. I did hear about it. I did see that. And I will just say Reggie Middleton is the man. Hands down, period, point blank. He's the man. All right. So if he is involved in something, you better believe it's going to be legit in every way, shape, and form. I have absolutely nothing negative to say about Reggie. Never met him, don't know him personally, but I have subscribed to his YouTube channel and watched just about all his interviews. Reggie Middleton is the man. He's the real deal. He is an excellent analyst, absolute beast on the fundamental analysis side of things. I don't know if he's a trader, if he trades or anything like that. I just know that from a fundamental side, he has institutions paying him money for his research. And that's real talk. That I do know. But as far as trader side of things, I don't know. But his econometric models would probably embarrass even the highest paid dude at Goldman Sachs. And that's a fact. Those are facts. So I don't know anything about the Veritism, Tosium, whatever that token thing is. I'm not well versed in that. I have no idea. I'm not even gonna sit here in front. I would revert that to you, V. You know anything about it?
What Reversium? Never even heard of it.
Okay. Yes. It's on YouTube. If you search it, he's talking to some dude about it, and they're rolling. I didn't get a chance to listen to the video, but I saw it. It was in my subscription list. So Veritasium. Okay, thanks. Someone just wrote
God,
that.
if you're gonna make a cryptocurrency, at least make it sound normal. Veritasium.
I
I'm
know.
going to I'm going to come out with my own cryptocurrency called osteopelagy.
I know, right? Everybody's getting on the
Veritasium.
bandwagon.
Do you, Dex, did you get your Veritasium today?
I
It sounds
know,
like a
right?
medication. It sounds like an erectile dysfunction medication. Are you limp? Do you feel that you've lost your vigor? Then ask your doctor about Veritasium. Side effects include sleeplessness, restless leg syndrome, rashes, hives, problem sleeping, dizziness, lightheadedness, and sudden heart attack. Veritasium. Change your marriage, change your life.
That is hilarious.
Seriously. I mean, come on, man. What a corny name.
Oh, we got a new person in the room, I think.
Oh, is it Reggie Middleton?
I don't know who it is, but he said, Dex, you're talking out of both sides of your mouth.
Ooh,
So he has to be new because anyone that's been listening to the show knows that I
clearly.
talk out of three sides of my neck, not two sides.
Maybe a fourth side if we're talking about fourth dimensional chess.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Oh, what else do I want to tell you guys? Also, real quick before I forget, um, there have been a few people still holding out on YouTube talking about just how incredible opportunities exist in the real estate market. You probably turned your TV off this morning and didn't want to listen to the latest retail numbers that came out for the real estate market. Abysmal. Prices across the board collapsed 11%. New home sales. All I'm saying is And I've said it before. The real estate game is dead, dude.
What are you talking about? It's great. It's wonderful. I love it.
Well, if you live on Park Avenue in your neck of the woods, or if you're in Capitol Hill in my neck of the woods, then your real estate game is tight. Otherwise, it's sad. Um, let's see here. Oh, okay. Someone just said gold's going to zero, Bitcoin is going to the moon, and the internet is going down from a cyber attack. Okay.
Uh,
So
gold is going to zero.
I never said that
Who
gold was
said
going to
that?
zero. The new
Who
person
said
in the
that?
room. And the I didn't say that.
Oh man, I'm gonna try and be nice. Should I be? Oh man, I'm gonna try and be.
I didn't say it was
Should I be
going.
nice?
I
I mean,
didn't
that's
say
a
it was
joke,
going to
right?
zero. Huh?
Who said it's going to zero?
The dude in the live chat.
So the dude in live chat says that you said that gold's going to go to zero, or is he saying that he says that
No,
gold's
he's
going to
saying
go to
that I
zero?
said that gold's going to go to zero. Bitcoin is going to the
You never
moon, and
said
internet
gold's going to go to zero.
is going
You said
down from a
gold.
cyber attack.
You
I,
said gold is going to the moon chat.
I specifically said that in the
Didn't we
short
just say
term.
that there's not going to be no damn cyber attack?
Oh gosh. Mm-mm-mm.
Yo, people hear what they want to hear, man. I kid you not.
I don't know this.
I kid
Go
you
back and
not.
re-listen to what I said because
I'm just gonna have like those, you know those the closed caption. Every time I do
yeah
a show, I'm gonna have closed captioning happen, so this way, people can read along as they listen. I
yeah
don't know what else
people
to
take
do.
things out of context. I think I know what it is though. In their defense, they don't understand trading. All right. Um, and so I give people the points, and and he's probably new to both of us because if he followed me for any length of time, he would know that I was the only person on the planet on the internet to call the last cyber attack that the world
Yep,
experienced days in advance.
a week in advance, one
I,
week
I was
precisely,
also the only one saying that Bitcoin was going to go to 1,500.
and to onward to 2000, which
I was
we
the
are
only one
here.
saying that Dow was going to 20 and 21,000. Did
Mm-hmm.
I not say it? Anyway, um, let's see. Let's say, what is your take on the silver miners? Silver miners. Let's pull that up. I have not really talked too much
Sell your
about.
silver and buy Veritasium.
Yeah, I haven't talked about it. I tell you why though, and that's because the silver miners have been acting just like the gold miners. I mean, like tick for tick. For instance, if you look at SIL today,
Mm-hmm.
it's taking a bath. It has fallen from 36.92 to 35.56. All right, and it's at the lows of the day. It is taking a bath. It is dropping below momentum support, which is at 36.22, and it's in jeopardy of dropping below the trend line support right now as we speak at 35.65. All right, it's already below that now. Right now, it's in jeopardy of straight up free fall. Free fall drops below 34.69, and from there, you're in parabolic stage one parabolic on SIL. All right, that's SIL. SILJ, believe it or not, is actually showing a little bit better than the SIL. All right, the juniors are showing better than the big boys, which is the flip side of gold. In gold, the juniors are taking a bath while GDX is cool. So I'm just saying, just putting that out there. All right. So in that regard, that's where we are in the minors. But it's just not ready to rock and roll yet. But once it does, I still stick by my 1,000% returns. It's too much going on in the world to make that's going to make that happen. There's an old thing about commodities, and I'll share it with everybody who's unfamiliar with commodity futures. Generally, when commodity futures have been oppressed for an extended period of time, and this does happen with or without manipulation, commodities get into these like super cycles where the price can be oppressed for like 10, 20 years. And then all of a sudden, you explode like just obscenity. Like when cotton exploded from 50 to 60 cents to 300. I mean, just ignorant type stuff.
Yep.
All right.
Hey, Dex, we're about a minute left, man. So plug your thing. Do your
Okay.
announcements, bro.
I can't believe you cut me off
I
like
know. I'm
that. I was right in
sorry.
the middle of a
Sorry.
thought.
You know, here you are. You're about to go into start talking about cotton.
I'm tired of it.
It's
Tired of
racial
it.
to be talking about cotton, and you're a black guy. You know what I'm saying? So I got to cut it off before you get very
Oh,
racial.
no, he didn't. He just pulled the Donald Trump on me. Okay. Postwaytrading.com, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Pay no attention to V. He is so rude. I mean, just so rude. So if
I'm an
you don't want
offensive
to be
type.
rude, if you want to be around people who are not rude, come to postwaytrading.com. Okay. All right. And we'll be nice to you. We won't be rude. Okay. I won't hang up on you. Sometimes. I won't ever cuss you out unless you make me mad. So if you want to be treated with respect and dignity, come to postwaytrading.com. No, for real, keeping it real. Postwaytrading.com, you guys sign up. You need to come on and go to the Learning Academy so you can learn about financial markets, how they work. Come to the live, attend the live webinars. We got all the classes lined up for you to take, and there's a plethora of them. Your monthly subscription gives you unlimited access to the Learning Academy. You can download all the classroom material. You can attend the live webinars that we have on a daily basis. You get the post-wave price triggers, and you get real-time live coaching. And I'm there in the room to help you along with other traders from around the globe. And the trading room is open 24/7, never closes.
Fantastic. And with that being said, it's I, the Majestic Ape. You can find me on Rogue Money at the Rogue Money and RogueMoney.net. And also, that's about it. That's where you can find us. CJ, you got some announcements, bro? You got
Yeah,
something
real
to say?
quick. Yeah, real quick as we're closing out. Make sure to go to roguemoney.net. A couple of great articles out there. One by James, a Russian analyst, about Trump
Yeah.
visits Saudi Arabia, Houthis continue attacks on Saudi forces. So check that out. And then also we posted one with Ken Shortgun Jr. today in regards to the One Belt, One Road. So check those out. And then we also going to be releasing tonight the full interview with Ole Demigard. That's going to be
Yeah.
released later on this evening. Be patient with that interview. Ole was on a satellite connection, so about the first 15 to 20 minutes, it is kind of choppy. It's not too bad, but the rest of that interview is just flawless. I was going to edit out, but I didn't think it did it justice to just release that portion of it. So check that out later on this evening.
Absolutely. And that guy is the scientist of the false flag. I mean, this guy's amazing. So check that out, definitely. With that being said, guys, we are over and we are out. TJ, take it away. Take it to the chopper. Go now.
Peace.